back, nerd friends, for episode 56 of the Nerd Chills podcast. This is Adam Diaz, as usual, and with me yet again is CJ. Welcome back, CJ.
Hey.
How you feeling, bro?
Feeling good. I had to miss last week because I was off signing multi-million-dollar deals for new stuff coming this year for Nerd Chills. So I just had to excuse myself and do a couple things, for the greater good.
I want these $1 million.
All right, let's talk about this offline. So
I'll start sending
that sounds
it
really
your guys'
fun.
way. We just got to do a lot of really bad stuff. So
Thanks for taking all those meetings, and I'm assuming dicks. You said really bad stuff.
yeah,
Okay.
we're in a whole world of trouble. We're about to have to start review bombing and shit. It's gonna get real rough in here.
That is
But
rough.
hey, we'll be millionaires. So
Well, speaking of millionaires, she's rich in spirit. Sitting in the third chair is Charlie. Welcome back, Charlie.
Oh,
Or you might be rich for real, and I just don't know it.
not that I know of.
Someone I know isn't rich. Sitting in the fourth chair is Robin Grace. Welcome
I'm
back,
so
Robin.
poor.
Not really poor. This week's episode, we're going to go over games that ended, whether it was before their time, when they should have, or way long after they should have died. But first and foremost, like we always do, we'll start with CJ. CJ, what have you been playing for the past 2 weeks?
I have been playing at the start of the week Call of Duty, then got really pissed off and had a bad moment, so I'm taking a little bit of a break. So I went to another game that agonizes me and started playing League of Legends again.
Eesh, that's rough.
And then now, as of yesterday, I've just been playing Monster Hunter, which has been really fun. So I'm having a blast. It's what I want to be doing, but I was told I can't do that while we're streaming or while we're recording this. So
Correct.
I had to put the controller down.
Yeah, I actually haven't picked up my Monster Hunter yet, so I'm really interested to hear what you have to say about it.
You gotta come play, man.
I'm really
It's a good
struggling
time.
because I want to play it, but I keep thinking about the fact that Aloy is only playable on the PlayStation version. I'm like,
That does
I want to
suck.
play as Aloy. I don't want to get it for Xbox.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It would be so funny watching a bunch of Aloys run around on a Microsoft system. No, I'd laugh so hard.
Because everyone would be like, "Who the hell's that? Like, what's so special about this person?"
Why is her name Alloy?
I was like, why don't they do something cool on Xbox like Master Chief? That would be hilarious.
Master Chief running around
Oh
hunting
my
monsters.
goodness.
It wouldn't make much sense with that
Oh my
Spartan
goodness.
armor.
It would be
Yeah.
so cool.
It would be cool. What other people could they
Microsoft,
have from
make it
They could
Microsoft?
have the Arbiter because he looks like Predator.
They
That's
could
totally
have
true.
the guy from Gears of War. What's his name? Something Phoenix.
Marcus Phoenix.
Yeah, that guy.
Marcus
JD?
Phoenix.
Any of them?
They could. They won't, obviously, because,
How
it's
about-
already out.
How about Cortana?
Cortana would
Oh
be
my
weird.
goodness. That'd be so
A
cute.
little weird. Right on. So that's what CJ's been playing. Charlie, what have you been playing?
What have I been playing? I think just Horizon. I don't think I've really played anything else.
Have you beaten it yet?
Yeah.
No,
I thought she did.
So I got to this point. I was looking because I want to beat it, but I don't know how close to the end I am. So I looked it up online. I just Googled the quest I was on, and then it told me there's this quest line, and then it says first point of no return, and then there's the last quest line. It's second point of no return. So I'm trying to do all the other stuff before I go to these points of no return. I don't know what it means.
I was going to say, I feel like the first point of no return doesn't feel as scary if there's a second
Is that
point of
kind
no
of
return.
like in Fallout 4 where it's once you do this, you can't.
You
That's
can't
what
go
I'm
back to
wondering.
things.
So I'm trying to do all my side junk. You know what amazes me too?
She's a grown-ass woman in 2018.
Oh my
She's allowed to have
God.
side jump. I'm just saying.
Oh my god! You know what amazes me about that game? So there's so many different ethnicities in that game, and it's no one cares. Any ethnicity doesn't matter. There's even same-sex couples in certain missions. You'll be talking to some dude, and all of a sudden you realize the love he lost is a dude, and you're like, oh, that's so cool. And then there are so many missions where it's ugh, a woman, gross.
There's
and I'm
still
like,
sexism.
How?
Wow.
How?
That's very
It's
funny.
amazing to me. It's ridiculous.
It's a commentary on modern society.
I know. I was like, guess that shit's not going
Bitches.
to end.
Am I right?
God. It's rough.
But yeah, I haven't played Animal Crossing in a really long time. And I want to play Monster Hunter, but I'm waiting to figure out what I'm going to do.
Right on.
I just look at the Xbox copy and I'm like,
I pulled the deer in the
I would wanna
headlights
play
thing
it
this
on
week.
Xbox.
Because I was like, do I get Monster Hunter or do I get Dragon Ball
Z.
Dragon Ball Fighters? And I was just like, I know what I'll do. Nothing. I haven't committed to anything yet.
Just
I
play
would-
Fortnite.
I was like, maybe I'll get a free copy. I'll wait and see if it turns out. Honey,
It's a bummer.
And here's
Yeah.
CJ playing by himself.
It's okay. We need a guide when we get in there, bro. So once
Wait,
we're in there,
but is he playing on PlayStation?
He's playing on Xbox
Xbox.
he did say that.
because it's not out for PC yet.
Because that's what I asked.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, we told him we would play on Xbox.
He literally asked us what we're playing on, and we said Xbox.
Oh,
So
okay. Oh, and then no one's gonna pick it up.
I'll buy it at some point.
Yeah,
I have a
it'll
bunch of
happen.
store
That'll be
credit.
horrible.
I'll just name my character Aloy.
that's funny.
Oh,
That'll do it.
That's cute.
Cool.
And then can you change how your character looks? You can make it look like her too.
You can. I saw someone create Frieza.
Yeah,
It looks
there is
super
a
super good.
intense level of customization. Although I spent more time customizing my cat than my person.
That's hilarious. You can customize your Palico.
You're just like, for your character,
Oh man, I
random.
just got it.
Palico, Calico. Yeah.
You're pal of a calico.
What were you saying, Charlie?
But anyway, that's what I've been playing. Robin, what have you been playing?
The game we call life. I don't know. I haven't played any games at all.
I thought you were...
Other than I played 2 matches of Overwatch, one of which was the new map, and that's it. Was I playing something else?
I don't know. How was the new map in Overwatch? Blizzard World, right?
Oh, I guess I
Yeah,
did play
Blizzard
that too.
World. The Blizzard World map is amazing. I'm sad that I haven't played Overwatch in weeks and missed out on all the events since New Year's and stuff.
I'm sad that I haven't watched any of the Overwatch League quite yet.
Oh, it's
You
been
can
so
watch it
good.
live in
The
the
game.
game.
Yeah, if you just
I
go
was
into the
like,
game.
that's
Yeah.
so cool.
That's really cool.
And you get league points too.
I've been reading ESPN's power rankings for all the teams, and it's so sad to read everything about the Chinese team
Why?
because they're just doing so terribly. Like, the players are all homesick, the coaches are all taking a ton of shit.
But they're not like they're doing like they're losing. Like, they haven't won yet, but they're always taking it to game 5. They're doing like they're just getting so close to winning.
It's just this like tragic like underachievement nexus of the universe for
Yeah.
their team.
Sad.
So who knows though? They could turn it around. That'd be really cool to see.
Yeah, but Blizzard World, that map is so cool. I'm sad I only played it once. But I have homework and it's stupid.
Semester has begun.
But the world is huge and like when I started off in like the Hearthstone area, so I looked at the tables and they had like Hearthstone games on them, and while you walk around the map, there's like probes from Star Wars flying around,
Star
or
Wars?
Star
Star
Trek,
Wars. Star
Craft.
Trek.
Imperial probe droids
I'm
are showing
tired.
What's happening
Okay,
in that
I
game?
haven't had enough sleep. I'm tired. I meant StarCraft.
up. Cool. So
Cut
that's all you've been playing.
Yeah.
I love whenever you say cut that because I know he never
I
will.
never cut it.
He's like, let me just take notes.
Don't cut
Scribble,
that.
scribble, scribble.
But yeah, and then I got to the Diablo area, and it was so cool. Like
I think
as
that's
soon
my
as
favorite.
the Diablo part of it,
Yeah.
yeah, ugh,
You sound like you
it's
really
so
enjoyed it.
cool. It was just so.
It's
cool
almost like
seeing
instead of
everything.
making a new Diablo game that everyone's wanting, they just spent all their time making the Diablo part of Blizzard.
Yeah,
That's
it's
hilarious.
so cool. I want it to be a real world that you can hang out in.
I don't know. I want them to have a new.
Amusement park?
That would be amazing if they actually had Blizzard World. I want them to have a new map. Like
You
once
gotta
every
know it's
2 months
coming.
to bring me back in. So
That'd be cool.
A new map?
yeah, so it's nice that they're doing that. So
Yeah.
right on. As far as what I've been playing, I picked up a little bit of PUBG, and it is running smoother. But I still do not like how you aim your gun in that game. It just drives me crazy. It's like the worst third-person shooter I've ever played.
You're
So,
the worst first-person shooter I've
I
ever
flipped
played.
over to Fortnite, and I definitely enjoy Fortnite just a whole lot more than PUBG. It's just, it annoys the crap out of me to try and play PUBG now. However, what I've played the most this week is Sea of Thieves. And it's not restricted anymore. There's no NDA, so I was streaming it. I streamed it for about an hour. I think CJ's the only one that jumped in there and watched me. Because it's
I was
me,
working.
it's okay. I
That's not
understand.
an excuse.
Because it was just me by myself, I loaded out with a single person ship, and I found like a really expensive treasure chest. I've gotten it before in the alpha, so I was like, I want to see how much it's worth now in beta, now that the prices have all changed. But it's called the Chest of 1,000 Grogs, and when you pick it up, you're
Are you
drunk
sure
as
it's not
fuck.
1,000 grargs?
It could be that, sure. But you're max
not
level
good
drunk
at
as soon as you pick it up. But when you drop it, it goes away. So it took me forever to get to my boat. And then I got on my boat, and I was like, holy fuck, that took forever. And then I heard people getting on my boat. And I was like, fuck. And some dude got on, shot me. It shot me off the boat because the pushback from the rifle is intense as fuck. And they sailed off with my ship. They parked it next to their ship. Then they took all my fucking treasure chests. And in this time, I'm running across the island because their ship was on the other side of the island. By the time I got over there, they had just gotten this chest because they were trying to swim with it.
Wow.
And they had just gotten that chest onto their boat, and they were shooting the fuck out of my boat with their cannons. And I'm like, this is horseshit. They have 4 people. This isn't fair. So while they were doing that, I boarded their boat. I stabbed 2 of them and killed them, and then someone killed me. And then I loaded back out onto the main island because they had sunk my boat. So it gave me a new boat. And it was nighttime, so I turned off all my fucking lanterns, and I'm like, I know exactly where those fuckers are, and they're coming back here to trade it in for money. So halfway there, I ambushed them, I rammed them, and because I had my fucking cannon, like, ready to go, I kept shooting into the side of their hull and then reloading it and doing it until they realized what happened. And they killed me, and I loaded back onto my boat. And their boat was gone. Their boat fucking sunk. So they're all in the water trying to grab their treasure chest and steal my boat. So I just raised my anchor, and they're all, like, jumping on and killing me. But every time they kill me, I just respawn on my fucking boat 10 seconds later. So I kept killing them one at a time until I was just sailing in the middle of the ocean. And I was like, it feels really good to have murdered those guys. But yeah,
It was
CJ
pretty
watched
pretty epic to watch.
I was asking Robin, like, can you please play with me? But she doesn't enjoy it. She doesn't think it's as fun. So if anyone out there has Sea of Thieves closed beta, let me know. And we'll hop on there. It's extended until the 31st because they're having some server issues. So.
I don't have it, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would play.
I know, dude. It'll
Make
be so
that
much
shit
fun.
open.
It'll happen very soon, I'm sure. So
Everyone's like, either people are like, they have no idea what it is, or they are like, yeah, it's out, right? And I'm like, no.
yeah, I got on Twitch, and that's how I realized the beta had opened up again. And it's because it was the #1 streamed game at the time.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, like the 3 Twitch streamers that have the highest views that I watch were all streaming it. So I was like, that's super cool. So that's what I'll probably be doing. You guys listen to this Monday, I'll probably be doing it Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night as well. So if you guys check out
I'll try to acquire a key.
Dude, that'd be so awesome. I think you get into it if you pre-order it, but
Hockey?
I'm not sure.
Pre-order
But
stuff.
yeah,
Yeah, you do. That's true.
that's the plan. So that's
Well, then I hope you enjoy Monster Hunter.
All right. Cool. Good talk. Awkward silences are fun. Aside from that, what I've been watching, we'll go in reverse order. I actually started watching True Blood. I've only seen like a bit of it before. And to be perfectly frank, the reason I saw it before was because I was single. And I used to go over to a chick's house to watch it with her and all of her friends. And it was like True Blood night meant they had to get really dressed up and drink a bunch of red wine. You remember that? It was right around the same time I started working at GameStop.
I was like, okay, you do you, girlfriend.
I was just like, whatever, man. They're watching vampire porn and getting super drunk. I'm gonna go hang out. So now that I'm like not doing that sort of shit anymore, I'm just like, cool. Now I can watch it and see what kind of show it's like. Especially since I'm being forced to watch, 50 Shades of Grey and Twilight here and there. So it's definitely better than that. I've been enjoying it.
Married life.
Robin, what have you been thinking of it?
It's okay. I just want to know what happens. And the accents are horrible. And her gap is horrible.
Anna Paquin's gap between her
Oh
teeth.
my god.
I think I don't know. It
I
suits her
can't
after you
look
watch
at
it long
anything
enough.
else. I can't. It's
That's
like,
not true. Every time she's naked, you're like, she has some nice tits.
well, yeah, if she has her tits out, she doesn't have her tits out all the time.
I know that's the biggest problem with the show, right?
But yeah.
It's funny because season 1, most of them are kind of doughy or skinny,
And then they all get like ripped.
And then season 2, they're all in like really good shape. Season 3 just happened at some point. The guy who plays Bill Compton, which is the main character, male vampire, is like shirtless walking through the woods because he got like beat up, and you can see his silhouette. And I'm like, holy shit! Like he's in really good shape now. Like the first season, like he's like pudgy. He's got like dad bod, but in season 3, he's got like his lats, which are the muscles underneath your arms that give you like that triangle shape. Like he's fully like he looks good in season 3. So I don't know if he gets like chubby again like seasons 4, 5, and 6, but we'll find out, I'm sure. So aside from that, I really haven't been watching anything. So reverse order, Robin, what have you been watching? I know you've been watching True Blood. So
I started watching an anime called How to Keep a Mummy, and it's so fucking cute. I want my own little mummy.
How to keep a mummy?
Yeah, it's so cute. It's one of the cutest things that I've seen in recent time. Yeah.
In recent mummery.
Yes! High five.
Pawn of 2018.
Wow.
You're welcome.
And what else? That anime. I've just been watching True Blood and
Not sleeping.
So that's
and
not healthy.
sleeping. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Cool. Charlie, what have you been watching?
I'm almost done with Forensic Files.
Almost done with Forensic Files?
Yep.
You've gone through
Whoa.
all the Forensic Files there
Yeah.
are to
Well,
go
how many
through.
There's
seasons are
9
there?
collections.
Jesus.
And so I almost finished it. I got to this weird. They do collections, not seasons. So there are weird parts where they'll have like a theme of episodes. And I realized the other day that I had watched like 5 back to back that were like exonerations.
You're like, these are way too happy.
Some of them were actually really sad and like really like effed up. But yeah, I'm almost done with it. So then I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do. Probably play.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you. I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine.
Play. Boo
I'll
boo.
probably watch Unsolved Mysteries.
Nice.
The guy's voice is so epic.
I like
I know.
Unsolved Mysteries.
It's like the same
I like
company,
the
I
music
think.
for Unsolved Mysteries.
Oh, yeah, I
know,
remember you
right?
saying that.
And then I've been rewatching American Dad because I was talking to someone and I made like 5 references to American Dad, and I was like, we need to watch this.
That's funny.
So yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Cool. CJ, what have you been watching, bro?
Yeah. The Overwatch League. There we go. Yeah.
Nice.
That's what I've been watching. Pretty much tune into that anytime I can when it's on, even when I'm helping customers. I'm like, yeah, Mr. Customer, I'll set up your phone over here. And as I'm like transferring their stuff, I'm just watching the Overwatch League.
You're like, let me show you something that's really cool. You can actually stream video on this. Now, if you could just shut the fuck up for the next 3 minutes, like, this is a really good push.
Yeah. So that's pretty much all I've really been watching because I am working, sleeping, playing games, or doing that. That's about it.
Right on. Cool. So that's the normal recap from the show. We didn't get any mail this week, so boo on you, listeners. You guys fucked up again.
Just they should keep sending us their like top 7s and
Yeah, we haven't had a good top 7 in a long time. So if you guys are listening, we've done this thing a while ago where we take our top 7 personal favorite games and we list them out and say why. So if you want to do that, email nerdchills@nerdchills.net and we will read them on the show. We have a lot more listeners than the last time we did top 7s. We haven't done it in forever.
Yeah, we
So,
forgot about it.
Yeah, you guys should send us your top 7 games to that email address, or you can jump on Facebook.com/nerdchillspodcast or tweet at nerd_chills if you can somehow do that in 280 characters or less. I don't think so. But yeah,
It'd be impressive.
it would be. The last email we got, I forgot to read for a week and I got yelled at. And now we're not getting emails and I'm checking it
Who was
constantly.
it?
How dare you?
It was from Lyndon. He sent us those 2.
Oh,
He sent us the
what?
Skyrim
You're
90-second
such
review.
a douche.
Yeah, I'm going to take it again, apparently. So, right on. So, skipping right over listener mail, let's see what we got in the wonderful world of Microsoft.
Woohoo! So a couple things. Obviously, the biggest thing is the Sea of Thieves closed beta. From what I've gathered and what I've watched on Twitch and the hour or so I got to watch Adam play, and I don't like the shooting mechanic in the game.
It is
But-
very difficult to aim in the game.
A lot of people seem to not have issues with it. A lot of the reviews and everything I've read are good. There were some technical issues at the start, which that's why Adam mentioned earlier that they are extending it out. So if you can get a closed beta key by either pre-ordering it at your local game store or pre-ordering it digitally just from the Xbox store or on Microsoft.com, maybe? I guess that's how you'd get it for PC.
I'm not sure how you get it for PC, but yeah, that should get you into the closed beta.
Yeah. There should be like a Windows game store. I don't know, whatever they do there.
Yeah, I would imagine there is. Who knows? We'll find that out for you next time when it's too late.
Maybe. Who cares?
It's not out till March. We got time.
But another big piece of news is Microsoft is really starting to push Xbox Game Pass with all of the Microsoft Studios games that are going to be releasing are also going to be releasing day one on Game Pass.
I think that's really cool.
Yeah, so like Sea of Thieves comes out
I
someday
think
in
it's
March.
fucking crazy.
That
Yeah.
exact
Oh,
same day you can
shit.
play it through the Game Pass.
Wow.
That is
So
fucking
instead of spending
nuts.
$60 on a new game or $40, it's going to be $10 a month.
$10 a month or $120 in the year. Yeah, so that's 2 premium games,
Cray
and
cray.
basically any Microsoft game that comes out, you can play it the day it comes out. So it's kind of fucking nuts.
have
It was
Game
funny
Pass.
because I've been listening to all these different like
I'm
shows
excited.
react to it, and they're all going over the same thing. They're like, this is the Microsoft way of doing things, where it's like, this is what's best for the customer, and also we don't know how they're going to make money. And like, I heard a podcast where they're like, they're trying to kill off the brick and mortar retailer. It's like, no, you guys say that every time they do something that doesn't sound great for a brick and mortar retailer,
Yeah.
like digital games, and it just still hasn't happened yet. If anything, I think they're just trying to make more people understand, like, hey, here's some easy ways to access our first-party library, and we really want people to buy more fucking Xboxes. So I think that's just what it comes down to. It's fucking crazy, and I think Sony's probably a couple months away from doing something very similar and just coming in and saying, like, hey, we're also going to let you stream games through our service. But
Well,
I hate streaming.
I think with Game Pass too, it's something where even though they're gonna get to play the first party like Microsoft Studio games when it first comes out, like they'll make money because that person's gonna be buying Game Pass in order to play it, and then what if they don't like all the Microsoft Studio games that they're not going to go out and buy? You know what I mean? They're still paying to play on the Game Pass, and it's not necessarily them losing money or anything because they're still making money off of it that they might not have made
Yeah,
otherwise. I don't know.
I don't know. I'll have to see like what first party titles they're gonna have. Like I have Game Pass because I got it for free, but
Yeah,
I
same.
wouldn't go buy Game Pass for Sea of Thieves or Crackdown.
Yeah, but everything that they have that's first party is basically going to be able to be played for $10 instead of $60. So I know you don't care about them, but for people that like Halo or like Gears of War or like anything that Microsoft puts
But are
out
they
in
going to come
particular-
out with new Gears of War and new Halo anytime soon?
I mean, I'm
like-
sure they will be announcing Halo this year at E3. I didn't put it in my bold predictions because I didn't think that was bold enough.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know what to
I
expect.
think, well, actually, sadly, I remember not last week because I wasn't here, but the week before that, in one of my articles, they'd said that there were no plans for Halo this year.
Yeah.
Well, fuck. Either way,
Yeah. Anyway, it's a good thing. It's really cool that they are getting behind this Game Pass and not just making it like, come play old games that no one cares about anymore for $10 a month.
Yo, some of
Exactly,
those games
'cause-
are sick.
yeah, and you don't know it
Some
until you
are,
play it,
yeah.
and you
Yeah.
never would have touched it if you wouldn't have had Game Pass.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
like, what the hell is the name of that game? Bug
Butcher.
Butcher. You were terribly addicted to for a little bit of time. So, cool. That's awesome. I'm super excited for that.
Yeah, and then my other article, I should have put this in front of it because it's also about Sea of Thieves, but there was some data mining, which happens to any game that is on the PC, because people are amazing, and they reveal ship customization, which I don't think is a huge like, oh my god, I can't believe that's happening, because you almost
just-
have to have
They wouldn't
customization
confirm
in your
it.
game.
Even at E3, they wouldn't confirm
What kind
customization.
of ship customization?
Probably everything about your ship.
Yeah,
Like,
colors,
Can I put flames?
sails, your cannonball, like the actual
Can I put
balls they
decals
shoot
on the
out.
side?
Can I name it?
Hopefully you can name it.
SS Slut Bucket.
Oh my god! That's a horrible name.
With a
There were
capital W.
also so extra weapons on the ship. One being harpoon guns,
Ooh,
which
that's
would be kind of cool.
It'd be cool if you
I
could
would-
drag other ships behind you.
Yeah. It's going to be
Yeah.
really interesting. What's that last one, CJ? I saw this article too.
And then the last one is probably the coolest thing, and what I immediately want to go try to find,
I know.
because it's supposedly in the closed beta, nobody's found it yet, is the player eating kraken
What?
There's a giant kraken in the game, and it's
somewhere
fucking
out
awesome.
there that nobody's found yet, and it's in the closed beta from what I've read online so far.
I'll keep looking.
So
Then no one will believe me because I'm a lone sailor, and everyone will be like, "You're full of shit."
Yeah, they're gonna be
You'll
like
just
that.
be sitting in a bar,
Yeah,
your
in the
peg leg,
corner.
and your eye patch talking about the Kraken.
I tell you,
He
it's
took
real.
my
God
leg.
damn it! It's perfect.
So I think that's pretty cool. There's rumors of like other bigger creatures somewhere out there. I guess there's mermaids and stuff in it. So I mean they're going all out, and I really want to get a closed beta key and play it. But
I really want you to as well.
Can he? Oh no, I was gonna say, can't he just log into my thing and then play it because I have it?
He could, and you wouldn't be able to or
Yeah.
be able to be on your account at the time.
Yeah.
yeah, then you're bodied. So I'll just have to figure it out. Maybe I'll go spend $5.
Right on. Cool. I think that's it for Microsoft news.
But that is it for the world of Microsoft. Still pretty slow over here.
Right on.
But that's
It
all
was
right.
slow news week, to be honest. So,
It really was.
Charlie, what do you got for us for Sony news?
So I have an article about PlayStation shoes.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
I saw those.
This seems
Those light up shoes.
weird, but yeah,
Yep.
apparently Paul George, the
Indiana Pacers
basketball
player.
player, is making a model of shoe that is inspired by Sony PlayStation console and DualShock controller.
Well, all right.
It's funny because not that long ago, I talked to someone who works for like a company that sells these shoes, like Day One, and he was telling me all the crazy stories about people that buy these shoes, and he was saying they call them hype beasts, and that's
Yeah.
what they say in this article. They use that term. But he was telling me all this crazy shit, like people will walk in and buy their pair, and then like as they're walking out, someone buys it for like 3 times the cost.
That's insane.
Like you don't even
Yep.
have to go to eBay. Like you don't even have to leave the mall. So yeah, that's interesting.
It's funny because I heard about this on a Microsoft podcast, and they're like all excited about it, and I thought it was kind of a joke. And they're like, "What's funny is when they announced this, everyone started tweeting at us like, why the fuck isn't Microsoft doing
my
this?
God.
I need some Xbox shoes." And I'm like, I've worn the same pair of Skechers for the last 2 years, and they're ready to fall off my feet. So I guess I just don't understand that obsession.
I really don't either, and I'm a chick, and I
Yeah.
don't get it.
I'm just like, flats, $14. Buy one, get one free. Yes. Target. Do that.
I unfortunately get the obsession. I'm a huge sneakerhead person, so
You're gonna pick some of these up, CJ?
I
you
will
gonna-
be buying a pair.
wow.
Is it gonna burn your skin if it
Hype
touches it?
beast.
I won't burn my skin. I probably won't wear them just because they look. I'm a fan of just like really nice, like really awesome looking shoes. And just when I saw them, I don't care if it was a PlayStation logo, an Xbox logo. They look awesome. So
I can't imagine
I will
buying shoes I'm
be-
not gonna wear.
I had
I
the
will be
disease when I
ready
worked at
to
Foot
go.
Locker.
I used to work with some guy that had like he told me he had over 200 pairs of shoes in his closet.
What?
Yeah,
I
like
don't
he,
have that
he
many.
bought
Oh
like
my goodness.
special. Yeah, it's
I
a
bet
thing.
you he didn't have over $200 in his savings.
I don't know.
Idiot.
But yeah, so that'll be interesting. Check that out if you're a hype beast and you love shoes.
I'm gonna put as a tag "hype beast" for this episode, and we'll see how well it does.
You should.
I'll send you a picture of mine in all their awesome glory.
There you go. The second article, I don't know how legit this is. I just tossed this in today, but there are rumors about the PlayStation Plus games for February. And I like to skip ahead, so we'll just do this week, and then I can confirm it in like 2 weeks, and it'll be news both times.
Sounds good.
Right now, they're saying that there are rumors that it will be Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin,
Holy shit!
Far Cry 4,
Wow.
which is great because Far Cry 5 comes out in March, and a Playlink game called That's You.
Cool.
So that would
I would
be
love to play a
pretty
Playlink
freaking
game.
awesome.
We
Yeah.
could do a fucking Let's Play for a Playlink game. That would be super fun.
I have all of them. I just need to log into my PSN here or something.
When you
but-
start that up, it's like you just go onto your phone and go onto the app, right? And you just put in the key. So we
Yeah.
could even have CJ play from Missouri with us.
Yeah, it's like whatchamacallit.
Woot woot.
That is awesome.
That would
We
be
should
cool.
totally do this. We will schedule that, and we will let you guys know via Facebook
Well, how
and Twitter.
could CJ play? He's not looking at the screen.
He would be watching our stream.
Oh.
He'd be 10 seconds behind.
Which
yeah.
that's a good head start for you guys because I'll still kick your ass.
If that is the case, that would be pretty dope. It would be another strong PlayStation Plus month.
Indeed.
So we'll see.
Indubitably.
It's pretty much all my news.
Cool. I have one whole article for Nintendo this week.
That's
Nice.
crazy. Normally it's like 5-to-1 ratio. Like
I
all
know.
Nintendo,
Yeah.
and we're just over here like twiddling our thumbs.
It's been a slow news week for Nintendo as well. There might have been a couple things that came out, but nothing substantial. This is the first time, however, that I've actually pulled an article for news for Nintendo that's just about the sales going on. This is from Polygon, and the article reads, "Some very good Switch games are on sale."
Oh my goodness.
That's the headline. So they were clearly struggling to find
That's
Nintendo
ridiculous.
news as well.
I gotta
They
get
fucking
mine.
killed it.
Killed it.
I gotta
Somebody's
get,
like, run that shit.
It's the best title I've ever seen. Get him a Pulitzer.
it gives everyone the every reader the reaction you're looking for in your readers, which is
I can skip over that.
maybe.
Oh my god, your face.
I might read that. Or are you going to say you have to get what?
Oh, I still have to change my ship from Australia, so I can't buy anything on
Ooh,
their
that's rough. I
on
forgot
their
about that.
store. I'm scared to lose my Animal
Bodied.
Crossing.
So 4 of the games in particular that are on sale. It's funny because they say some good games. There's some very good Switch games, and I'm like, it's debatable. The 4 games in particular that are on sale is ARMS, which I'm not a huge fan of, but instead of being $60, it's $41.99.
At least it's a first party title.
Exactly. Doom, which is a good game, down from $60 to $41.99. Ultra Street Fighter 2, the final challengers, down from $40 to $27.99. And the one I think is the best game, Mario & Rabbids Kingdom Battle Gold Edition, so the one that comes with the DLC, is down from $79.99 to $55.99.
Wow, that's a big discount.
Yeah, so cool. Good for them. That's pretty awesome. It's available only until February 1st, so if you're listening to this on the day it comes out, you have until Thursday. It comes out, or it ends on Thursday. So that's interesting, and that's literally all I have in the wide world of Nintendo. So, fun.
Nintendo
In the sun.
In the sun. Yes, we did. Now we begin the additional news portion of the show, which I also like to call the Ubi News, because we have 3
Ubi
articles
News.
back to back for Ubisoft. This article is quite interesting, actually. This one was posted on Kotaku. The headline for this one says, "Longtime players feel burned by Rainbow Six Siege's upcoming loot boxes." Rainbow Six Siege is going to be adding loot boxes into it. Ubisoft has responded.
They're so popular right now.
Right? Why not? Ubisoft responded to the backlash, and they're going to keep the standard edition of Rainbow Six $40 because they did state that they were going to raise the price previously.
Well,
And
they're
kind of-
also releasing like a special. I don't remember what it's called. It's called like Advanced Edition with all the shit in it.
with the Outbreak packs.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
and
there's
the
advanced, gold, and complete.
the operators,
Yeah.
all the operators.
So people were like, "We've been playing this game for a long time. What the fuck?" And like, this is so funny because they have so many comments from people on Reddit. Like, what is going on? One person said, "I've bought every year pass. I've spent at least $150 on Siege points, and I've played over 400 hours. I find out today that in your Outbreak event, you're releasing Outbreak packs that can only be obtained through spending real-world money on virtual currency. Not only that, but the people who are buying your newly $60 game are going to be receiving 10 more of those packs than someone like me who has been there every step of the way, giving you money, supporting your game, letting everybody and their mother know that Siege is the game to play and they need to buy it. This is terrible. I truly feel cheated as a customer and as a supporter of your game."
Yikes.
So since that stuff came out, they did state that the regular version's still going to be $40. However, it didn't address the fact that the people that are new are getting the cash-only loot boxes. Everything's going the loot box way. So
Yep.
I don't know. It's crazy because that game was cool because you can earn the points. You can earn the points. You don't have to buy things. You know, it will take you forever to get to your operators, but you can work your way through it. And now they're just completely going against that.
So operators are just like,
Extra character classes,
Okay.
basically.
Yeah.
I've
It's
never
like
played it.
characters
I'm
from
like, I don't
Overwatch.
know what
Yeah.
this is.
New
each
loadouts
person
and
loads
stuff.
out a little bit differently than others.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
so you earn points, and then you can buy the operators with the points. You earn them super fucking slow, but you can earn the points and buy the operators
Yeah.
versus buying points
So
and buying
the
operators.
fact that they're giving all these operators to people that buy these kits or these new games are pissing people off.
It's going to be the fact that they're buying the packs, and the packs can only be gotten by purchasing.
Okay.
there's no option of earning any sort of in-game currency. It's just straight up, you can only get these
Yeah.
through money, and people that are buying it for the first time will get 10 of them.
Oh.
So they're like, what the fuck? Like, where's the service for the fans that
They
have been
should just
around?
give everyone
So
10.
they're
Yeah.
changing the whole game dynamic, pretty much.
Not exactly, but they're making content that the veterans can't access as easily as someone that would be brand new.
That's bullshit.
And speaking of bullshit,
But it's like, wouldn't you want to appeal... Sorry,
it's okay.
I mean to yammer. Wouldn't you want to appeal to your core audience by giving them some free stuff? Like, whenever you play a mobile game, it's like, here's our currency, here's a little taste of it.
Yeah.
And then
Here's-
you want to buy more.
What bothers me the most is it literally costs them nothing to give it to the existing players, so why not just give them 10?
Yeah, exactly.
They're just like,
Yeah.
oh, well, they've been around for so long, and they're going to want a complete set, so they'll pay more
Why
money.
not?
And it's like,
Why
dude,
not? Start
don't-
everyone off on a level playing
yeah,
field at
don't
least.
do that to people. It's like when GTA 5 had that issue with the connectivity for GTA Online. Like, they're like, we're going to give everyone $1 million. Like, we're
It's a simple
sorry.
fix.
And, like, $1 million in that game is a lot of fucking money. I bought myself this sweet-ass Corvette, this nice fucking apartment. I was like, thank you, guys. But anyways, speaking of more bullshit, Ghost Recon Wildlands, another Ubisoft game, is getting loot crates as well. And these loot crates, just the same, can only
Love
be
'em.
purchased with money. There's no in-game currency that you can do. You can't complete objectives or beat a mission to get any. They have to be bought. The store currency is currently on sale for 800 credits for $3.50, and a base pack will get you 2 battle crates, and that costs 400 credits. So they're forcing you right away to purchase 2 different types of currency. Or let me rephrase that. It'll never quite equal out, where when you're buying currency that you're going to get enough for what you want.
That's insane.
And it's just it's filled with a bunch of stupid shit. It's funny because this article talks about like playing Wildlands. This is another one from Kotaku, by the way. Playing Wildlands while dressed as a Rainbow Six Siege player or Assassin's Creed character sounds pretty cool. Unfortunately, I don't want to pay my hard-earned money for that.
No. Who
It's
cares?
like, dude, like I don't understand why everyone has to try and find a new way to get.
You don't even hardly
people's
see your
money.
character in that game.
I don't know. And
Give a fuck less what he looks like.
the non-Loot Crate Ubisoft news. Apparently, For Honor is still alive, so maybe it's still working for some people. I kind of
Maybe.
want to try it out and see if it's still going to work.
They're gonna get sucked in again.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a
Don't
shot.
do it.
It's like The Division, better in death than life.
Yeah, I actually
Like-
really like the game, but I just am never able to actually play the goddamn thing. But the 5th season is going to begin on February 15th, and there are going to be new dedicated servers for it, so maybe it won't be peer-to-peer. In fact, let me just scan through this article really fast to see if that's indeed what's happening.
So from what I've also read about this article is they are completely rebalancing the entire available roster. So it's gonna be like a whole new game. Like it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, and it looks like the dedicated servers, even though they're not going to be coming up on February 15th as well, is, quote, going to... This implementation will remove the resyncing, session migrations, and NAT requirements that players currently have, which is the problem that kept me from playing the game, as it kept telling me that my NAT type was closed when it was open.
Only a year
Yep,
behind when they released it, almost to the day, because it was like February 15th.
yep. And
That's hilarious.
like
Yeah.
CJ said, they're updating 5 separate existing heroes to better balance them, and they're going to release that major gameplay update. That's part of the February 15th release.
Better late than never.
Right?
That's
Yeah.
what they say.
Honestly,
Maybe they'll resell it for more money.
right? That just makes the most sense.
Add loot boxes and just say fuck it.
So a game that did let me connect, although it didn't always work, was Friday the 13th, and these guys just keep releasing content. In fact, there's 2 updates this past week. There's going to be a game update that tackles the fact that Jason's kind of a bitch. If anyone watches the streams, lots of people like to fight Jason for fun, hit him and knock him down, then run around, and
Because he's slow.
he's very slow. And then just like crap on his face and talk a bunch of shit to him. Then as soon as he stands up, they dodge out of the way and they hit him and do it again.
What the
And
fuck?
they did state that they're going to, for no additional charge, add in a new Jason and a new map to Friday the 13th.
Wow.
They also said they're going to distinctly address the fact that Jason is pretty easy to beat up. Jason's grab, reach, and radius have been looked at and reworked. This should help alleviate the issues players are reporting of counselors slipping through Jason's fingers while retaining a fair grab range. And they're also going to make Jason get a small speed increase, not so fast as to make it impossible for counselors to escape Jason, but it is enough for Jason to feel more relentless.
That's really good.
Like you
Because you've
should.
been really frustrated with Jason
Yeah.
lately.
Playing Jason is not as fun as playing the counselors sometimes, which is annoying because I actually really like playing the counselors, but you want to get to the guy that's super powerful. And like the other night, Liz and I played for like 3 hours, and I got killed 1 time by Jason. I escaped every other time. And I was just like, this is cool. I feel
That's
like I'm better
definitely
at the
not how
game.
it should be.
But it's not, yeah, exactly. It's like, I should not be so easily getting away from this guy. So it'll be interesting to see how it changes the game's dynamic.
These guys give shit away for free like they're Oprah, man.
I know, dude. They're just like, hey, we're not going to have a season
like they're
pass.
Oprah.
You get a Jason, and you get a Jason, and everyone kills a counselor. So, yeah, I'm excited. And we've talked about the toxic environment around video games previously, and one company is taking a proactive approach to this. Blizzard is now monitoring YouTube for toxic Overwatch players.
That's cool.
So
Wow.
there's a team dedicated
If
to
only-
So
Blizzard.
stop bullying people, Robin.
Yeah, stop talking
No,
all that
I'm
shit.
so nice to everybody.
I don't even like if I'm not playing with you guys. I don't even plug in a mic. I'm just like whatever.
Yeah, I don't like to be social or communicate with anyone.
No news is good news.
But it's
Maybe YouTube will take a page out of their book and get rid of the toxic YouTubers.
that would be really nice.
Hey, there you go.
That would be amazing.
But yeah, Blizzard stated they quote
Amazing.
now
Was that whisper too
proactively.
quiet?
What are
Sorry.
you even saying? You're like whispering. You're whispering to Charlie on a podcast that has a microphone in front of your face recording you. Are you good?
Sorry. Yeah.
Hey,
I'm
girl.
good.
Okay.
Hey, girl.
Blizzard said, quote, "We now proactively seek out social media sites like YouTube, for example, and look for incidents of very toxic behavior and track down the accounts that are participating and action them oftentimes before anyone's even been reported."
Good.
That's fucking awesome. It's like, oh, you're going to stream this and you're going to act like a piece of crap? We're going to address it
Imagine
directly.
having that job, getting to be that person that's just like, you're cut off.
I would love to have that job. Like, you're a piece of
Well, no.
crap and you shouldn't be playing our game. It's their game. Like, realistically, like, it's their servers, and if you're going to act like a
Yeah.
piece of shit and violate the terms of agreement, or what do you call that thing? The term, you have to agree to it when you start a Blizzard game. Conditions.
ECUL,
Yes,
blah, blah,
end
blah.
user
Terms
license
of-
agreement.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that you just can't act like that anymore, which is a good thing. So, yeah, I think hooray for Blizzard. Good job.
I also like that they quoted Jeff Kaplan saying general douchebaggery. That's pretty funny.
I know.
That's hilarious.
He just fucking went all out.
Jeff Kaplan's awesome. I love that man to death.
I loved that screen for Christmas that they had him just sitting in front of the fireplace.
For, like,
He's
8
the new
hours.
Overwatch character.
Yeah, it was so funny.
It's so cute.
I think we have one other piece of news. Charlie, what do we got?
Yeah, so BioWare, they've gone through a lot this past few months. They had all their Mass Effect drama, and the person who...
Andromeda.
Andromeda. Yeah.
That wasn't as good as the other one. I'm sorry. I apologize. I can do better.
So they have announced that, or I'm sorry, I don't think they've announced it necessarily. According to sources, they have stated that Anthem, which had a very ambitious timeline, is most likely not going to come out until next year.
That is a bummer, and it's also not surprising. So,
Well, it's also not good because everyone already hates EA, we know that. But BioWare obviously had to cancel Mass Effect, and then supposedly they're working on Dragon Age, but because they canceled Mass Effect, the guy that heads up Dragon Age is now heading up Anthem. So
Wow.
one executive producer for 2 games just seems like it's going to take
Like
a long
too
time.
much.
stretched a little thin on that one, I'd say.
I feel like you're just gonna be going through Anthem, and all of a sudden a fucking dragon's gonna fly out of nowhere.
The mic.
And he's gonna be like, "Oh, I forgot to edit that out."
It's like, I don't know what happened.
Whoops.
I'm so tired.
That's a bummer. Everyone's like, hey, but it looked really good, right?
Yeah, apparently they're working on it, and most of the people at BioWare have been shifted to Anthem, so that's good, but I just don't think we'll see a big BioWare title this year.
Yeah, it's definitely looking like that. It's so weird to think it's like, wait until 2019. It's like, because I still look at like the year 1993 as like 7 years ago, and we're just getting so much further away from that. And
Yeah.
by the time Anthem gets here, it's just like the blink of an eye, it'll be here, even though it's been delayed. And then I'm gonna be like, I feel even older now.
Aw,
Yep. But
you're
that
still
was-
cute.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. So, cool. Good stuff.
But to me, so I would probably almost say that if Anthem bombs, BioWare might be done.
I can't imagine that they...
BioWare Montreal is already absorbed by an EA Motive.
Yeah.
I can't imagine
Like,
that they have anything left in their back pocket on that. And, like, then what happens to those franchises? Does someone else pick up? Like Dragon Age and Mass
EA
Effect?
gets to start making those games directly.
They can pick
what
someone
everybody
else
wants.
to take it over. I don't know. It's
Well, Dragon Age loot boxes.
right. It's interesting to see what's going to happen with it. So hopefully it comes out and it's really good. I hope it doesn't die on the way or show up and it's early in a piece of crap. But we shall see. So one last piece of additional news, and this actually just kind of leads straight into our main topic. After suggesting that Fortnite is a priority, Epic has decided to shut down Paragon. We talked about that a few weeks ago. In fact, CJ said that he thought Paragon was doomed. They did decide that they did announce recently that as of April 26th, the Paragon servers are going to be shut down, and the game is pretty much done. It's a free-to-play game, so you can play it without spending money, but any money that you did invest into it after April 26th is just gone. So it's kind of shocking that they can just do that, but realistically it costs them a lot of money to maintain a game that people don't necessarily have to spend money on.
I've never even heard of it.
We've
it's
talked
Well,
about
the issue is it's only on PC and PlayStation.
Yeah.
So when Fortnite gets to be on Xbox, it's a whole nother user base they can't even get a hold of.
right.
Yeah, and now they are playing. I mean, Fortnite was a game that was released that wasn't doing well. They added in a battle royale mode similar to PUBG, which was it's instantly available to everyone that has a console, and on top of that, it's free. Like you don't have to pay any money to play it. I've never bought Fortnite, but I play more Fortnite than I play PUBG.
Right.
And it just runs smoother. It doesn't have a bunch of glitches, and it's like a little bit more casual and accessible for people to jump into.
I can see that.
I think that's just what's gonna happen. You know, they're gonna make multiplayer games, and then it's gonna be survival of the fittest. Whatever catches on will continue, and they'll shift their focus to their other game that's more popular. That makes sense to me. There's so many games right now around that we have never heard of that are like that style of game. Like, what's the other one? Paladins.
Yeah, I've never played Paladins.
Paragon. I know
Yeah, it's
CJ
just
still
like
plays
Like
Smite.
Overwatch.
Oh,
too big for those
I didn't
games.
realize Smite was similar to PUBG.
I'm shrugging, if you can't hear
Not
it.
necessarily like PUBG, but I think it appeals to the same crowd.
Oh,
free-to-play crowd,
Oh, I
basically.
see what you're saying. Okay.
So yeah, it's unfortunate, but there is a little bit of a silver lining to this. The article I'm quoting from is from Ars Technica, and it does say, after careful consideration, this is the official statement, and many difficult internal debates, we feel that there isn't a clear path for us to grow Paragon into a MOBA that retains enough players to be sustainable. We didn't execute well enough to deliver on the promise of Paragon. We have failed you, despite the team's incredibly hard work, and we are sorry. It goes on to say that Epic promises to fully refund all money spent by its players.
Wow.
To receive this refund, players must log into Epic's help desk system, then fill out a form with details like purchase date ranges and exact transaction amounts. So go find those credit card receipts, Paragon fans. And that's something that other companies don't do, and they don't have to.
Yeah.
And I think they're looking at how much money they've made from Fortnite, and they're like, we can legitimately afford to do this. Like, there wasn't a lot of people playing Paragon, and some of them did spend a lot of money. And that's a good thing, I think. I think Epic Games deserves, like, some
Yeah.
credit for
Yeah.
I would love to see like the most money given back, like that one guy who spent like $1,000
Oh
on
my
Paragon.
goodness.
That would
Yeah, that
be
one dude that's
fucking
just
dope.
heartbroken.
that. You know there's one guy out there who spent, like, $10,000
Oh, yeah.
for sure. There's one guy who, like, even in Bullhead City, Arizona, when we had people coming in, like, trying to trade in pubes for video games.
Yeah.
Oh
Some
my
guy
God.
would bring in his kid and buy a $100 Google Play card every time he was in there
There's always somebody.
for that kid's Clash of Clans town.
Somebody
Like,
out
that was
there
it.
is obsessed with Paragon.
Like, imagine if that guy got a refund for his money if Clash of Clans shut down. It's like he would get a check for like 10 grand guaranteed. So it's fucking crazy. But it does lead us to our topic of games that died, whether it was before their time, like right when they should, or well past their prime. So I have one of mine. However, CJ thought of this topic. So CJ, I'm gonna go ahead and let you lead, bro.
Oh shit. Well, I mean, I can go with the obvious one, and that's Scalebound, because
It's so sad.
I could go watch that E3 trailer right now on YouTube and still just be in love because it looked so fucking cool.
It really did.
And I just
want
don't.
a game that I can ride a dragon. It's not a piece of shit like Lair.
Right? And then I wish they would just give more of a reason as to why it was shut down. So, but one thing, I guess, the first thing that came to mind, but technically it's coming back, was Kingdom Hearts 3 for me. Because I had beaten Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 so late after they had came out that I started looking things up about the third one. And there was that trailer, like, way back when that I can't find anymore.
It's like
that,
4
it
or
was supposed
5
to come
years
out.
old.
Right.
Yeah. And then it just never happened. So in my mind, it was just like, okay, Kingdom Hearts is dead. Like, if I ever want to play it again, I'll just go back and play 1 and 2. And then now, oh man, how many years later? Like, almost 10 years later, maybe?
Yeah, I feel like
It's a
when I
long
was a
time.
store manager at GameStop, they had Kingdom Hearts 3 at one of the management conferences, and they showed us like 30 seconds or something of like gameplay. It was insane.
I think they've done a really good job of keeping quiet all the internal struggles making that game, because I don't think it's one of those things where it's like, we're just trying to make a quality title. It's like, everyone knew Final Fantasy 15 was a fucking epic shit show, because it was supposed to be like 13 verses, where there were supposed to be 2 games released at the same time in the same universe, and the storylines were like parallel to each other, because you got to play the bad guys in
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 13 or 12. I forget which one it was. And then that died, or it was slowly being made, and then they kept making Lightning games, and everyone's like, where the fuck is the other one? And they're like, oh, it's just going to be 15 now. It's like, it's not set in the same universe anymore. And it wound up taking 10 years, and like Kingdom Hearts 3 it's something that seems pretty straightforward. Like, make another fucking Kingdom Hearts game, and somehow they haven't gotten it out. So.
It's going to be one of those stories in
Yeah,
that
here
Blood,
we
Sweat,
are.
and
It's
Pixels
almost
thing.
12 years later.
Yeah.
It was
Like, how did this work?
March 28, 2006.
Wow, that is insane. It's
So-
been that long. Right.
And it's like it's just one of those games where I kind of still keep in the back of my mind, like maybe it's never going to come out. Maybe they're just like pushing us along, and they'd be like, we have to cancel it because the people say they don't want it, or something stupid like that.
Yeah.
So
Well, it hasn't.
that was the first game that came to my mind.
It hasn't even breathed yet, so it's like, are they going to abort it before it makes it to shelves? I don't think so. I think it's just
That's
pretty straightforward that they need to get it out.
crazy terminology there.
I think it's pretty accurate though. What about you, Charlie? What's a game that you think died too soon, not soon enough, or right on time?
Well, there's a few things. First of all, I always loved the story of when NBA Live went from live to elite that one year in 13, and they literally canceled it like a month before release. Yeah, like they
I remember that
Wow.
one.
they released, I don't think it was a beta, I don't remember what it was, but a demo, I think, and they had such crazy fucking problems.
I know, man.
That
That's
they
so
just
funny.
canceled that shit right before release. So that was my favorite story of a game being canceled. Otherwise, just series that I'd like to see come back. Silent Hill. We don't know what the future
Oh,
of
my
Silent Hill
goodness.
is.
Right. That was weird because they released that demo with Norman Reedus in it, and then all of a sudden it was canceled and removed from the PlayStation Store forever.
Well, Norman Reedus, that's Death Stranding.
But he was in the
He was in
Silent
Silent
Hill
Hill?
Originally
PG.
Silent Hill.
Yeah,
so
because
weird.
Guillermo del Toro was supposed to be attached to that too, and after they fucked all that shit up, he wound up just hanging out with Kojima instead. He actually announced after that happened, like, I will never be attached to another video game again.
Wow.
Because he's like, he was balls deep in making Silent Hill PT. So,
But yeah, I wonder what the future of that series will be. Time Crisis? That game is gone. They haven't made one since that Move one, Time Crisis Raising Storm.
those were really fun
I
arcade
love
games.
Time Crisis.
I just haven't been doing arcade in so long.
And then Fantasy Life, we've talked a lot about that. They're supposed to make an app, but at the same time, I'm just always going to miss the DS version.
Yeah.
Super sad. And then, do you remember the old PC game, Black and White?
I remember it. I never really played it, though.
It's just a strategy game, like you play God. But I miss that series, and it's been a long time. And yeah, I think it'd be cool if they brought it back, but it just fell off the face
Fell
of
off
the
the
earth.
face of the world.
Yeah.
It's a bummer. Robin, what's a game that you think died too soon, early, or on time?
I don't even know. Like,
Too soon and early are the same thing.
yeah.
Basically.
Too soon or too late? You don't even know one?
Like, I'm just. I didn't even know Silent Hill hadn't made one in so long. Since, like, Revelations or whatever, right?
I have no idea.
I
Downpour?
just thought of another good one.
Oh, Downpour.
Yeah, I think Downpour was the last one.
That was, like, what, 4 years ago? 5 years ago?
They've been
know.
talking about making another Aliens game, but
Yeah, I think they
that's
announced
another
it.
one that was popular.
What about you, CJ? You said you had another
So
one.
my other one, it's compared to what it was, it's kind of dead, and now they're having a lot more issues again. But Pokemon Go,
Yeah, they
Yeah.
have such bad problems right now with hacking
Oh,
for
really?
their raids. Yeah, like it's getting really bad.
Wow.
I mean, we talked about a lot
crazy.
of these games last week, but like Fatal Frame, like a
Yeah.
lot of the ones we talked about last week.
I think like
Just like Onimusha, too. There's only, what, 3 of them?
we can't overlap the topics now.
I know,
We're
but
going
I'm
back
just
into
like-
the what franchises do we think need to be rebooted, not what games died.
I don't know. What games have died recently?
Like a game that I'm thinking of is like Enter the Matrix. Like, do you remember the Matrix MMORPG
Yeah.
they released that they just poured tons of fucking money into?
Yeah.
And then at some point they're like, we're just turning off the servers, and they tried to write in storyline for like why the Matrix was going down. And it's like, yeah, well, if you invest any time or money into that game, it's fucking gone. And honestly, like, it happened probably too late. They probably should have shut it off a lot sooner than that because they just poured a bunch of money into a game that no one showed up to play. And then there's games like StarCraft Ghost, where it never even made it. It's like they had all this shit for it. They kept announcing stuff. They had a character, which they wound up absorbing into StarCraft 2.
Yeah.
They had all these game mechanics. I still have the EGM where they talk about how you're going to be able to use the nuke feature that a Ghost has and how amazing it was going to look. And then they were just like, we're canceling it. And Blizzard's famous for
Yeah.
that. They canceled Titan before they even announced what the fuck it was.
Titan, I saw. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a hard to distinguish one versus the other, but like another one is that Star Wars game. Was it 1313?
Yeah. There's more games
Yeah.
that everyone got
Just
super
like
hyped
where
for.
they literally showed stuff for it, and then like a year later, they're like,
That's crazy.
Or the
Forget.
Star Wars game from Visceral.
forget.
Yeah, the one
Was
that
it Visceral?
Yeah, it was Visceral that we didn't get to
Yeah.
see. I think it was Visceral, right? I forget who got the license
It was
after.
1313, and then
Amy-
Battlefront 3 that they said they were going to do. Like
The
forever.
Amy Hennig game from EA that I forgot the name of.
Yeah.
So,
I just remember when they closed down that first Final Fantasy online game before 14.
Final Fantasy 11.
I think it was 11.
It was 11.
Yeah.
It's closed down.
Wasn't it?
I
Or
don't know.
another one. What was?
I remember playing it and like I died once and I lost half the experience that I had gained for that level, and I ran out to try and recover my shit and I died again and I leveled down. Like I went from level 7 to 6 and I was like, this game fucking sucks because I've been playing all day and I just lost like 8 hours worth of work and 2 straight
Wow.
deaths. I was like, I'm done. I'm not going to play this fucking game. I hated
Yeah,
Final
I'm pretty
Fantasy 11.
sure. I don't know.
That's a game that died too late. Fuck that game and anyone who likes it.
Or another game that might be dying too soon, just based off the fans, was the one we talked about 2 weeks ago. Was it Gravity?
Gravity Rush.
Yep.
What was it?
That one got
Gravity
extended.
Rush,
It's
yeah.
dying too
Yeah,
soon, but
that's
they
what we were talking
somehow
about.
got their stay of execution by extending it 6
Yeah.
months.
6 months, yeah.
It's fucking crazy. I don't know. There's a lot of games out there that have ended and people have been super sad about, and sometimes they're like, we're shutting down the servers, and everyone's like, thank God.
I saw another one on the list that is more of a reboot than a canceled one, but Streets of Rage. I'd love to see some new Streets of Rage, even though it would not make sense for today's gamers. I don't think it would appeal much.
Streets of Rage was a beat 'em up like Double Dragon, right?
Yeah, it's
I
so
think it would be good. I think they should
They
bring
don't
it
do
back.
a lot of that stuff anymore. When's the
I
last
know.
time they released a beat 'em up?
I don't know. There's a new game coming out, or not coming out. It actually came out for Nintendo Switch and a few other things called Lost Sphere, and it looks amazing. It's not a beat 'em up at all, but it's like a traditional JRPG. And I was just hearing people talk about it, and they're like, I just don't think people are going to keep doing these. And it's like, Project Octopath Traveler was the highest downloaded demo for Switch, and everyone's super excited about it. And now this
Persona.
game's coming out, and everyone's talking about it. And like, Persona was one of the highest rated games.
JRPGs.
But they're like the stylized RPG that looks like Chrono Trigger,
Yeah.
like 16-bit style.
The servers for Final Fantasy 11 got shut down in 2016.
Wow.
So for you, way past its
Way
time.
too late. That thing should have been killed way sooner. Final Fantasy 14 came out and was a shit show. And they wrote
Final
in
Fantasy 14 is really good.
they
though.
wrote in the storyline that's like they're going to shut down the servers and re-release it, and they did. And the cinematic for the re-release, like Realm Reborn, which is
Yeah.
why it's named that, is the old world being killed by Bahamut, or however you say his name. Ba-bum-ba-ba. The dragon! He
I just am thinking of that video
from Dorkly, yeah. But he just like destroys the old world, and they all get teleported away to start a new world and a new
Yeah.
land, and it's like
That
that
was a good move.
That was smart. They did that right.
And people love that game still.
That is one of the most beautiful cinematics that I've ever seen in my life. It is. It's gorgeous. Like watching that whole world get destroyed. It's like, holy fuck, did that just happen?
Is it more
Wow.
beautiful than the new World of Warcraft?
Yes, it is.
What?
Yeah, I thought about the new World of Warcraft trailer when I was making breakfast today, but I still say that the Final Fantasy
Oh my
XIV
God, I
Realm Reborn
cried. I
trailer
don't
is
know
even
how
better.
you
What,
can
dude?
think
That
that.
World of Warcraft trailer is amazing.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm going to start playing again because of it. But it's just not as gorgeous as the other one. That World of Warcraft trailer is fucking sweet. And then someone asked at the panel, they're like, can we confirm that Anduin is a
Paladin.
paladin now? Because he's wearing plate, carrying a heavy sword, and he raised everyone like that? And they're like, no, he's still a priest. He's just a priest that wears plate. He's allowed to do that. He's a hero. And everyone was like bummed out because everyone wants him to be a paladin for some reason. And I was just...
I don't know
I had
why.
never had that.
I was just sitting there like, what happened to Varian? And everyone's like, oh my god, we have bad news for you.
He was a paladin, and look what happened to him.
He was the main character of their Dark Horse comic series that lasted like 26 or 30 issues.
Wow.
He's the king. He was the king of Stormwind. He lost his memory just like fucking every character for like 3 years running.
Jesus.
Yeah. And then he got it back and he went back to Stormwind. And when he went back to Stormwind in the comics, they put a patch in and he was back in the game, like the actual game he had shown back up. So he's dead now, apparently. So I need to figure out what happened. It's like
Spoiler
when
alert.
I eventually reboot my character and get back into that world, I'm like, hey guys, I've been gone for like 10 years. What happened? Oh my god. Like everyone I know is dead. There's werewolves everywhere now. Like what is going on?
Pandas walk the earth.
I forgot they did Miss of Pandaria. Or World of Warcraft Pokemon. when they made it so your pets can battle, which is awesome because I bought the collector's edition for all the games, so I have like mini Thor,
Yeah.
and then like a
And we
Zerg.
have like raptor mounts and stuff in the game.
Oh, I
too.
forgot about we got those.
Yeah.
Which, fair enough. What's super funny is if you talk to a lot of World of Warcraft players, everyone was hated on Mr. Pandaria so much, and then Warlords of Draenor came out, and they're like, "Can we have Mr. Pandaria back?"
That's so fucking fun.
Like, it was so good.
Or maybe I'll just jump into vanilla WoW and play like 40-man Ragnaros. I don't know if you've ever played
Yeah,
that.
that'll be fun too.
Yeah, it's a good game. It's fun stuff. Cool. I think that's everything we
We
got. I
went
don't
on
got
a World
anything
of
else.
Warcraft
Yeah.
tangent.
You have a game written down.
Oh, I brought it up. It's
Oh,
StarCraft Ghost. Yep. It was very sad. I mentioned
And then
it.
they
I
turned
talked
her
about it.
into a character in Overwatch.
She's not in
Nova.
Overwatch.
Oh,
They put her in StarCraft 2.
oh, okay.
Overwatch is a different series that you
And
like
in
to
Heroes
play.
of the Storm.
You think that Widowmaker is
Oh, yeah.
Nova. She's
But
not.
she's not.
No.
Don't they have a skin for that, though?
She's
They probably do.
no, they don't.
Oh, yeah. I thought there was a skin that had, like, blonde hair and...
There might be a new one that's coming in like this cosmetic update that they just did, and they released some really badass skins.
Oh, I don't know why I'm on this
Yeah, there's a
episode. I'm
bunch of
just
them.
stupid.
Yeah, you're just all over the place. You have to stop dropping acid before we record, Robin.
The colors!
The microphone is melting.
I can see the music.
Cool. So on that wonderful note, I don't think we have much else unless anyone can think of a game besides the ones we already went over. No.
Yeah. I remember when Rock Band shut down their servers and then they came back with new Rock Band and
Guitar Hero did the same thing.
yeah.
Yep, Guitar Hero came back too soon and died too late. So,
Yeah, Guitar Hero should have been gone way before.
agreed.
I remember DJ Hero. I felt like that was a little before its time.
Oh.
I feel like it never should have lived. to be
Yeah,
honest with you.
I really like
Nah.
DJ Hero.
I thought I just thought it was like before EDM got really popular, and
Yes.
now EDM's really popular, and every freaking kid is like, "I'm gonna be a DJ, Dad, buy me this equipment."
That would be smart.
you know
Yeah,
what I
you know what they
mean?
should do? They should do Glow Stick Hero.
No,
So I
like
could
right
just,
now.
like, flip the peripherals around.
Now
and
with
be like,
all the young generation
Yeah,
going to
dude.
all these electronic
That's
shows,
what I'm saying.
that would
It's
be
way
so
before its
smart.
time.
What's the name of the thing that shows up once a year in Vegas? The
Electric Daisy Carnival.
EDC?
EDC. They should make a game called EDC where you're just dragging people that have done Molly off the fucking fields who are
Molly?
passing out.
Oh, Molly?
Yes.
Oh.
People that are ODing on drugs. It should just be it should be like Trauma Center, except like you're in there.
You just get to be the cleanup crew
Exactly. I
for
think
EDC.
it'd be fucking
Do we
hilarious.
still have turntables?
Do we do?
Yeah, for DJ Hero.
No, we don't.
Dang.
You got rid of it like super quick.
Oh, okay.
Adam's like, I got that shit out of my house.
Set it on fire and send it to hell where it belongs. Yep. Good talk. If you guys,
Great
if
job.
you guys out there have any games that you thought died too early or way too late, you can tweet at. I was about to say a different one. You can tweet at nerd_chills. You can also talk to us in Discord. A lot of people like to do that and comment on the stuff that happened in the episode. Email us at nerdchills
They do?
at nerdchills.net. Yeah.
Oh, Dave.
We talked
Hi,
to
Dave.
Dave and Wade a fuck
Hi, Dave.
ton.
Dave
Stefan.
just messages me.
Really, that's
I'm
funny.
gonna talk to him right now.
Stefan's in there a lot too. We were talking about how D&D games tend to start off either like in a bar or someone searching for a mysterious symbol, and we're like, yeah, that's like 90% of all D&D games.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fair.
but aside from that, that's the show. If you want to go ahead and contribute to us, so that we can have some fun times and start doing some more Let's Plays and things like that with better production value, you can go to our Patreon and check out our tiers and kick us a little bit. It really, really helps us out. It truly does. Aside from that, I think that's all the stuff we have for the show. If you want to yell at me for any of my opinions, go ahead and email Charlie at nerdchills.net, or you
Sure.
can tweet at Charlie_NC as in nerdchills. That's Charlie with an EY.
You're such a douche.
And that's everything for me. CJ, where can the fine folks
Oh my
find you?
They can find me at Sacred Infinity on Twitter, twitch.tv/Sacred Infinity. You can email me at sacredinfinity@nerdchills.net. You can come hang out with me at my house if you want to.
His address is 123
yeah, pretty
Fake
much
Street
do anything.
at Go Fuck Yourself USA. 12345.
What the fuck?
And Charlie, where can...
You already told them Charlie's stuff.
No, that was all my stuff, I swear.
You can tweet at me at, what is it, MAYLUM.
It's at the Adam Diaz.
God damn it. the email. So you can email Maylum, MAYLUM, @nerdchills.net. Or you can tweet at the Adam Diaz.
It's true. That's all my stuff. Robin, where can the fine folks find you?
At the Robin Grace. At all
Social
media.
Cool.
That thing. I'm
So much acid. What about your Etsy shop, Robin?
Robin's Kawaii Corner. All one word.
Right on. Thank you guys for listening to episode 56 of the Nerd Chills podcast.
Why do you gotta say 56 so scary?
I guess I will explain it right before we quit. There was a D&D game I played like 10, 15 years ago, and we had one player in the group who was just a fucking asshole, and he lived to torture our DM, our dungeon master, who was a really good dungeon master. And he somehow found a ferret and used to use his ferret, because he was a bard, to perform all sorts of mischief. So as soon as the DM could, he made his ferret disappear. And at the beginning of every session, he's like, do I find Mr. Peepers?
Aww.
And he told him he had a 1% chance to find Mr. Peepers, and he would roll D100 to see if he found him. And one game we played, he looked at one of my friends, he's like, what should I pick? And my friend just stone-faced goes, 56. And the DM's like, okay. And he rolled the 100-sided dice, and it landed on 56.
Wow.
And he's like, Mr. Peepers emerges to ruin my world.
Oh.
So,
Wow.
this has been episode 56. So, who wants to sign us out? Let's go with Charlie. Charlie, go ahead and sign us out.
Everyone take a chill pill. We'll talk to you next week.
See ya.